You stayed 6 days in chaos, 6 days in the in between, 6 days of not knowing when it would settle, and you're still here. And that's not small, that's everything. Welcome back. I'm Dr. Lisa, and this is science backed, soul supported. If you've been with me all week, all 6 days of the stirring, I want to take a moment before we do anything else and just acknowledge that. You showed up in the middle of chaos. You didn't wait until it was comfortable. You didn't wait until the restlessness passed. You came anyway, and that takes something. And if today is your first day with me, welcome. This summary will give you the complete journey of week 2, and you'll find links to every daily video in the description below. This week, we lived inside the stirring, the in-between, the zone where winter isn't done and spring hasn't arrived, the place that feels like falling apart even when you're actually becoming. Let me take you back through it, all 6 days, and then I want to close this week together in a way that marks it, because this week deserves to be marked. Monday, day 1, the stirring begins. We started with a question that every one of you who came from last week was asking. Why do I feel worse after doing the work? And the answer is because you did it right, because the space after releasing doesn't feel peaceful at first. It feels a little disorienting. It feels like a river breaking through ice, churning before it flows. The practice was affect labeling. Place a hand on your chest and say the words out loud. I am the stirring. I am not falling apart. I am changing. 50% reduction in amygdala intensity just from naming it. Not woo, neuroscience. Day 2, the new moon in Pisces arrived right on cue. And we talked about the things that most intention setting content gets completely wrong. You don't need stillness to plant seeds. You can plant them in the chaos, and you should plant them in the chaos. The question wasn't, what do I want? It was, what am I finally ready to begin? One sentence written down. Research shows goals set in emotionally activated states encode more deeply in the brain. Your stirring is your fuel. Moving on to Wednesday, day 3, those sleepless hours. For every single one of you who has been waking at 2 a.m. wondering what's wrong with you, this day was for you. Nothing's wrong with you. Your melatonin is shifting with the lengthening days. Your limbic system is processing in the early morning hours. The hour of the wolf is real. These 3 practices, body scan whisper, 4 to 8 exhale elongation, asking what wants to be known, give the night somewhere to go. Thursday, day 4, the anxiety spike. This was the hard day for a lot of people. That chest tightening, dread before coffee, why am I like this feeling, that peaks midweek in the stirring. And we named what's happening in the body. Your HPA axis is more reactive during seasonal transitions. Your cortisol patterns are shifting. Your amygdala is more sensitive. You inherited a body that prepares for spring the way your ancestors did, as a season of real threat. Your job is to give your nervous system new information, that feet, earth, breath reset in 90 seconds. Neurological reset, and it works. Day 5 was Friday the 13th, and I said something that I want to say again. That day was never unlucky. It was untamed. Friday from Freya, 13 from the 13 lunar cycles. Wild feminine power reframed as danger for centuries. The wild channel practice is 3 minutes of intentional movement to discharge the energy that has nowhere to go. Say it again with me. I am not afraid of my own power. I am not afraid of my wildness. Day 6, Saturday, finding the pattern. Pi Day, the infinite, cyclical, never ending pattern that shows up in every circle in nature, including yours. The chaos map, the seasonal pattern that was made visible. When you can see your circle, you stop being ambushed by it. You prepare, you lean in, you tell the people you love, I'm in my March pattern. It's not personal. I'm moving through it. And that sentence alone can change relationships. 6 days, 6 practices, 1 complete crossing. Now, here's what I want you to notice about this week. Every practice we did was body first. Name it, move it, ground it, map it. Not a single one started with your thought, because the stirring is not a thinking problem. It's a navigating the body through transition problem. And here's what I know about you after this week. You are grounded in chaos, maybe for the first time, maybe in a new way. And Grounded in Chaos is the title of my first book. But, you are grounded in chaos now. You came through the 6 days of not knowing and not settled and not comfortable, and you're still here. The river is still churning, but you can feel the current now, and you know which way it's going. Let's do a guided closing ceremony. I want to close this week with this brief ceremony. You don't need anything, just yourself, wherever you are. And if you can place one hand on your heart and one hand on your belly. I want you to feel your heartbeat under your palm. That heart that's been beating through every restless moment of this week, through the 2 a.m. awakening, through the anxiety spike, through that wild Friday, and the chaotic thoughts and the in between that felt like it would never end. It kept going. Now, take a nice deep breath. And as you exhale, let the stirring begin to settle. Not because you forced it to, because you moved through it. And take another breath on your own. Settle, settle, settle. I want to offer you a closing affirmation for the stirring. Say it with me or just receive it. I was in the chaos and I came out stronger. I was in the in between and I held myself. I am grounded in chaos. And now I am ready for what comes next. What comes next is the balance. Next week, week 3, March 16th through the 22nd, we have all the fun of St. Patrick's Day and the Spring Equinox that falls on Friday, March 20th. Equal light and equal dark. The axis point of the entire year. All this stirring and all this chaos and all this in between, the equinox arrives and offers you one thing: the chance to find your center. You've released what winter held. You've moved through the chaos. Next week, we recalibrate. We return to center. We use the equinox energy as a conscious turning point. Subscribe if you haven't, turn on the bell, and tell one person who needs this journey. It starts on Monday. If this resonated with you, join me in the Nez Zen community for the deep practice, which will be held on March 24th. The links are in the description. I'll see you next Monday. This is Dr. Lisa, and thank you so much. Please comment. I read every single one.